Welcome in to Wildcat Soccer on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZOR Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle at Wildcat Stadium, watching Lovington and Artesia warm up for the beginning of their respective district seasons. Of course, they are district opponent. This is a big match, and they come in with really solid seasons, as Lovington comes in at 7-6, so they're above 500 for the season, and they've played an awful lot of teams above their pay grade, so to speak, above their classification. And Artesia comes in at 11-2. They are ranked 4th in 4A right now, and they are ranked 21st in New Mexico overall. They are here trying to increase their record and trying to spoil, future district endeavors for Lovington. But anytime Lovington and Artesia play each other in any sport, whether in Lovington or in Artesia, it's always a healthy crowd, and it's also always a competitive, spirited game or match. And there really isn't any second guessing, exactly how it's all going to come out. But we hope that it all ends fairly peaceably, TJ.
Well, you certainly hope so. As you mentioned, Artesia coming in at 11-2 on the year. Number 4 in Class 4A, not getting a whole lot of love in the Max Preps rankings. Of course, some of that is, it's especially in sports other than football, the rankings tend to favor the Central and the Northern teams much more than they do the Southern teams. Now, looking over Artesia's schedule, they've played some tough teams. They've played some others that haven't been as tough. But you could say that about everybody in the pre-district schedule. Artesia, they come in averaging slightly over 4 goals per game, but they put up an average of, let's see, there's 5, 10, there's 30. They've put up or 20. They've put up almost 7 goals a game over their last 3, all 3 wins. They blanked Valencia 5-0, then destroyed Carlsbad 5-1, and then completely destroyed Los Lunas 11-1 in a goal-shortened game. Of course, there is a 10-run mercy rule, or a 10-goal mercy rule in soccer. So, and they're only giving up about 1 goal per game, but they are allowing a lot of shots, I noticed. But their goalkeeper, Riker Hayes, has been their starter.
And he's got to like 4.4 saves per match. So that's his average anyway.
It has been. So they haven't been giving up a lot of shots either. Now, on the other side, for Lovington, they don't score at nearly that big a clip. 2.5 goals a game. But they're only giving up a half goal a game, as Hayden Alexander in the cage has really, settled things down. And sometimes Lovington will get a little bit over-aggressive and will leave Alexander kind of out on an island, and he's done a nice job so far stopping a lot of stuff that's come his way.
He's got 53 saves on the season so far, and so he has seen a lot of shots on goal, and he has saved an awful lot of those.
I think about 18 of them came against Hobbs.
Yeah.
So.
And, Artesia comes in. They're on a high. As you mentioned, they destroyed Los Lunas. That was the last match they played, was against Los Lunas on Tuesday, earlier this week. Lovington comes in. They're ranked number 9 in 4A. They're not that far behind the ranking of Artesia. They're still top 10 in 4A in New Mexico, ranked 31st overall. And they come in off of a loss, though it was to Roswell High. Of course, Roswell High is a classification above them, so no shame at all in that. And they lost by 3 goals. It was 4-1 final score on that one, and that was also just a couple of nights ago. Now, next up for Lovington will be at Portales coming Tuesday on the 30th. But this tonight, they definitely they want to go for and get district started off right with winning their first match, and they're going to be trying to do that. They're under head coach Edgar Negrete. The assistants are Christian Contreras and David Cifuentes. And for Artesia, head coach is Philip Jowers. And they, of course, coming off of that big win, huge win over Los Lunas, and hosting Goddard coming up on Tuesday night. So they get to they're away to start their district, and then they'll go home for the next one. Lovington is just opposite. So, and
really, this is a case of whoever wins this game is going to pretty much be in the driver's seat. And it's been this way for the last, probably 10 years. It's been Lovington or Artesia for the most part who have won district and been the automatic seed into the playoffs out of this district. So really, it's very important to win this game because then you start off on the right foot against really your biggest competition in the district, and you're going to have to see what happens. But Lovington this evening is going to need to attack. Sometimes they've been, I think this year, and this is just an observation, they've been a little bit, let's say, timid on the attack. They've been opportunistic, but they haven't necessarily forced some of those opportunities. They did some of that against Chaparral on Saturday and got the win 6-1, a game right here on Hobbs America, and it was on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel Saturday. And they got a little more aggressive, and I think it paid off for them. Now, granted, I don't think Chaparral has the defensive prowess that maybe this Artesia squad does, but when they attacked, it opened the field up and gave them more opportunities to get guys attacking and going on to the goal.
And speaking of goals, their leading rainmaker and goal scorer so far this season is Alejandro Mendoza, and he has scored 20 goals. He averages almost 2 per game, and he has taken 10 shots as well, 10 shots on goal. And it's kind of a good 1-2 punch because Josue Gomez is leading in assists and averaging 1 per game, and he has scored 2 goals. So you put those guys together, and it's nice because Gomez does feed the ball to Mendoza a lot. Mendoza, of course, very capable of dribbling and taking his own shots, but those two are really good movers and shakers, of course, leaders, strikers for Lovington. And I'm sorry, I'm already starting to get
yeah, we were already getting a little
mosquitoes
buggy
up here. Yeah, and then you put that with a very capable goaltender like Hayden Alexander, and you've got a really strong foundation. They've got good bones, as the saying goes. They've got really good foundation, really good to build on. Out of that, you have really good support from the teammates, other team members who are very capable of scoring as well. But really, you look at who the team relies on and who are the leaders, of this team. Well, you've got strikers Mendoza and Josue Gomez is technically a midfielder, but
kind of a hybrid midfielder forward.
Yeah, I would say that's probably true. So, and you've got Alexander is a senior. You've got Mendoza, who is a senior. You've got Gomez, who is a sophomore. You have Abraham Rodriguez, another good contributor. You've got a couple of younger players who have come up and are really special players and are showing a lot of promise as well. So you've got some good leadership out there, but you got younger players as well. It's good news for Lovington in that they aren't only going to miss and graduate about 6 seniors off of this roster.
Of course, they're going to miss them. And one
are.
You didn't mention, Matthew Contreras,
Yes.
the senior defenseman. And one thing I saw when I was here Saturday against Chaparral, a lot of times all they have Matthew do is be a defender.
Mm-hmm.
All he does is just hang out. He's almost at times like a second goalkeeper. There were times late in that game against Chaparral where they let him loose, and he is an extremely athletic young man, and he may actually may be the best dribbler on the team and the best control man that they have, but a lot of times they keep him back. Maybe they're going to start getting him a little more forward in the pushes and things as they get into the district season. Maybe kind of been saving him a little bit, but he's awful hard to turn down, basically acting as your second cage keeper.
Yeah, and he's a senior, so they definitely are going to miss these top guys at the end of this season. So they want to do the best they can this season with them while they're here and providing that great leadership and framework for the team. So Alexander, Contreras, and Mendoza definitely, will be missed. But they've got a big district season to get out there, shine as brightly as they can, and gather as many victories for Lovington as they can. Lovington would love, to go in to make the playoffs, have a more than 500 season, to have a solid showing in district and to be able to make the playoffs and move into it. So, I mean, it's not too long ago that they were in championship form, and they are still fighting and wanting to come home with with a state championship if they could. So you dream big, and that way, if you actually do a little bit less than that, you are still, outdoing a lot of other people's dreams and a lot of other teams' dreams as well. For Artesia, Riker Hayes, as we mentioned, the goalkeeper, very strong and leading their goal scorer right now. They really depend on Moises Corza, who has scored 14 goals, has taken 19 shots, and he's averaging 1.1 goal per game per match, and he is assisted oftentimes by Anton Wodarts, who leads in assists for the team as well. So those are, again, your 3 or 4 players that you really see and really count on a lot. Most teams have, if they're lucky, they do have 3 or 4 standout players. If they're really lucky, they're probably and doing a lot better than other teams, then they probably have even more stars and standouts. If you're lucky, you've got 5 or 6 big players that you can just name right away that are just important, incredibly important to your team. So both of these teams have a good 3 or 4 really solid stars and standouts, and then everybody else is in support of that. Very important. So we will take a break, and we'll come back. We're going to have the national anthem and introduction of teams.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Soccer here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle, and as we get ready for the start of this one with the call, Dawn Morgan.
Thank you very much. I actually was talking about just turning the knob up. That's okay. It's just a little technical aside behind the scenes. Thank you, TJ Miracle. As we run down the rosters, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about give the roster for your Artesia Bulldogs. Number 0, Hector Villarreal, one of the goalkeepers. Number 1 is Riker Hayes, a goalkeeper, and your starting goalkeeper. Number 3 is Samuel Nielsen. Number 4, Jackson Jowers. Got to be probably son of the coach?
I would think so.
Jowers. 6 is AC Hendricks. 7 is Cutter Summers. 8 is Anton Wodarts. 9 is Jorge Martinez. 10 is Adan Rojas. 11 is Alexis Montañez. 12 is Joshua Vasquez. 13 is Moises Corza. 14 is Damian Lopez. 15 is Jackson Hollinger. 17 is Jonathan Corza. 17, there are 2 17s on the roster.
I'm pretty sure one of them's 16, but
Probably.
I'm not sure which is which.
All right, Jaden Soto. 18 is Paul Miller. 19 is Cooper Foster. And number 21 is Adan Alva. And then there is a player without a jersey number, Noah Sanchez. For Lovington, number 1 is Hayden Alexander, your goalkeeper. Number 2 is Saul Zuniga. Number 3 is Matthew Contreras. Number 4, Nicholas Contreras. Number 5 is Xavier Rios. 6 is Juan Pichardo. And let's see, 7 is Alejandro Mendoza. My notes covered up his number. Number 8 is Elias Quintana. Number 9 is Saul Almeida. 10 is Braxton Medellin. 11 is Brandon Bañuelos. Number 12 is Luis Medina. Number 13 is Josue Gomez. Number 14 is Ricardo Ayala. 15 is Josue Herrera. 16 is Julian Gallegos. Number 17 is Abraham Rodriguez. Number 19 is Matthew Nava. Number 20 is Adriel Delgado. 21 is Giovanni Pichardo. 22 is Edgar Garfio. And either number 99 or 24 is, I guess, depending on which, if he's
pretty sure when he's in goal, he's 99, okay. And when he's a midfielder, he's 24.
Number 24, Ivan Herrera, a goalkeeper midfielder. So there you go. As our teams have been announced, and I'm going to move over a little bit because I've got I have a reflection of the sun coming through the window on our front glass. So the teams have been introduced, and they are in their respective huddles getting ready for the start of this one. They have put the 40 minutes up on the clock for the first period. Of course, then we'll have a 10-minute halftime between periods, and then the second period of 40 minutes again. And if we are tied at the end of regulation, they'll go into one overtime. And if we're still tied, and they are sudden death overtimes, first score wins, then they'll have a second overtime. And as far as I'm aware, since we started district, I do think that are they still allowed to tie in district?
I think so. I don't think they start the shootouts until the playoffs.
The playoffs and state tournament, the shootout. So I'm under the same impression. I think that's I think I had to look up the rule during a Hobbs tie and saw that, so pretty sure. So that is what we're doing, is getting ready for this kickoff, and I'm going to have to adjust my...
And Lovington in the home blue kits with the white letters and numbers. Artesia in the road whites, white tops with orange letters and numbers, and gray shorts. So those will be the kits as we get ready to kick this one off. Looking at 81 degrees and a very pleasant evening here in southeast New Mexico.
Yes, it is quite lovely, and it's you know what, I'm realizing I set and adjusted my binoculars when I wasn't wearing my glasses.
Oh, whoops, I've done that before.
Yeah, and now that I put my glasses on, and it's totally different and really not as easy to see, not as easy to use those binoculars. So I don't know if I'll be trying to do that or not. So you can see the numbers a little better than I from up here on the that. I think I have called one, actually not even a full, as we are underway with this. I've only called the first half of a lightning shortened soccer match for the Lovington boys this season. As taking that quickly, there is going to be an infraction called as two players collided, as fighting for control of it off of the Artesia control from the opening kick. So the kick will go downfield towards the south, and now getting back up as Artesia trying to control Lovington. Nice takeaway there, but it goes back in the hands and control of Artesia. Artesia keeping it away from Lovington. Lovington doing a nice job of coming in and trying to steal it, though, and achieving that as we go back and forth in the midfield, just playing, trying to, both teams kind of feeling each other out, trying to control the soccer, get there. If it goes out of bounds, it'll be a Lovington throw-in here on the near side, near midfield. It goes in. It's going to come, oh, I thought it was going to come right back out. Eventually it does. They'll say it is off the foot of Artesia, so it'll be a Lovington throw-in.
As Mendoza got kind of upended down there, some of the Lovington faithful wanting a call, didn't get it.
Lovington, nice. That is a Mendoza controlling it all the way down the right, and just about out of room. He takes kind of a half-hearted kick toward the goal, because you never know. Funny things happen. You take shots when you get them, whether or not they seem likely to go in or near or not.
Yeah, it won't be a shot on goal because it went out of bounds before it ever got there.
But he was actually pressured out of bounds. Good defense by Artesia to keep him from getting free and taking a true shot on goal. And Artesia's goalkeeper sending that back up midfield, where it goes out across field and goes all the way out, I think off of Lovington. It should be Artesia coming back to throw in. Still in the at least in the Artesia end of things. So Lovington would like to be able to control it and be kicking toward the south, which is the Artesia goal.
Look for Artesia to be extremely aggressive. If they can settle it down, it's going to be on Lovington's defense to keep them from being as aggressive and to keep them from getting opportunities.
Yeah, good dribbling, as that was, I think, 19 Nava taking it downfield. Lovington trying to get it out of their end of that field, the north end of the soccer pitch, as quickly as they can. Comes back midfield. Artesia is going to just kick it toward their own goal. He will come out and boot it back up to midfield at his Hayes, where Artesia again will control. Moving up the far sideline, taking his time, passing across field, misses his own man into the feet of Lovington.
Nava trying to center it up and actually hit it off the back of Woodars.
Woodars, of course, a leading assists for Artesia. So when he's got it, watch out. He's often moving it, going to pass it off to a striker who will take a shot. Lovington with a good chance, very close in on the goal on the left side, but defense very strong right there, as Artesia had 3 guys right on. I think it was that Mendoza.
Yeah, it was Mendoza. No room for Mendoza to work. He tried to force it in there and didn't really have anybody open, so he decided just take the shot and see what happens, and it'll wind up in a Lovington corner kick, so a chance for a set play, as sending that one down will be Banuelos to do the free kick.
And he signals that he is ready. Takes the shot, and it's blocked from the middle of in front of the goal. Just kind of took that shot toward the middle, and it wasn't high enough for anybody to jump up, try to get a header or chest it into the goal. So instead, Artesia comes up with control, just going to kick it off toward the sidelines. It'll roll out, so it'll be Lovington's ball to throw in.
Well, Lovington on a little bit of an attack here. Just about 5 minutes gone here in the first half. Neither team has really found a whole lot of pressure yet. Lovington, though, starting to find some need to look for a quality look.
That is Rodriguez throwing it in. Artesia controlling now, passing it upfield. On the far side, keeping it out of Lovington. Now Lovington trying to fight for it, but still Artesia's ball as they maintain, getting closer and closer to the Lovington goal. Passing it forward. Again, nice pass. Looking for room. Oh, and a Lovington player trips him up. Yeah, they're going to call the infraction.
Yeah, I think they're just going to say side out. So it should be just a throw in. I don't think it's going to be a free kick.
And it will be.
Yeah, there's been a cut there.
Artesia to throw it in.
Some of those that one may be a bit of a, well, okay, we missed one on you earlier, so we'll miss this one here.
Fight for it right in the corner, as Lovington just all over Artesia, trying to make sure nobody gets clear enough to take a shot, but there is one, but then it rolls all the way back out of harm behind the goal. So Lovington will get to bring it out and kick it back upfield. So clock is ticking, just under 34 minutes left to play in the first half. A big lofty kick right into midfield where Artesia was waiting, and they control it, but kick it down toward Lovington. Lovington defenseman kicks it back up to midfield. Just a fight for control in the midfield as a pass misses, goes right past number 16, which is probably Corza, Jonathan Corza. I don't know if he is 16 or 17. We have 2 17s on the roster.
I actually think that's maybe Soto.
Think that's Soto? All right.
Just because he's a little bit taller.
Goes out off of his foot, so Lovington's throw in, and they pass it all the way over to the right side, and it goes out, misses the pass, misses the man over there who is Mendoza. No, not Mendoza, maybe Rios.
Was Pichardo.
Oh, Pichardo. Comes back in, centered up in front of the goal, so Lovington back, the defenseman back there, the back line, wisely deciding to just kick it up, kick it midfield.
But we will have an infraction, so it'll be a free kick for Lovington down in their own end.
And don't know if that was don't know what the infraction was. I don't think there were too many men down there for it to have been an offsides, but or Artesia kicks it back up, goes off to the far side, inbounds temporarily, goes out of bounds, comes back in. It looks like, yeah, it will be controlled by Artesia. I thought they were going to take it. Yeah, they are. They are going to make them bring it back in.
Yeah, it'll be Lovington ball on the far sideline.
Yeah, near in front of the Artesia bench. A throw in, controlled by Lovington. Right on the very edge. Good defense by Artesia.
Yeah, they got 2 guys on Mendoza.
Wisely. And then the shot comes in to the side of the net. And
Hayes, an easy stop right there.
Yeah, not too tough at all.
It will be the first shot on goal, but not a lot on it.
No, it came in pretty softly. But again, you take the shot. When you have the angle and you have your open, you take it. Because hard, soft, you never know. Another chance as breaking away and dribbling on the far side along the sidelines. That was number
Nava,
19. I couldn't tell. I could see the 1, and then he bent to tie shoes, and I couldn't see anything. So Nava, it goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in, and that is Banuelos throwing it in. Nava. And Banuelos going to kick it, try to keep it away. It's blocked, almost sent out of bounds by Artesia, and now it is kicked out to the end. So Lovington trying to get open to take another shot from the right corner and not able to do so off of pretty good defense by Artesia.
And now they are going to bring Contreras up for the corner kick here, I've noticed. So they're going to drop a couple other defenders back. So Lovington will wind up putting, looks like 7 men in the box, so they are on the attack here.
Well, a good chance with 30 minutes left to play in this first half, in the first period. Here comes the corner kick. It's up. It goes all the way over on the other side, a header, but then blocked. Chester blocked by Artesia and sent back up field. And now Artesia on the run. They're on the move, sending it past midfield now. And Lovington finally coming up and blocking that and kicking it out of bounds.
Nice job, Gallegos, trailing that play. Saw a little bit of an opening and got that clean and got it out, which stopped the potential break. It was a 4-on-4 look, but those can sometimes be dangerous if you get somebody even a little bit out of position.
Yeah, and especially with the speed and Artesia's reputation, you can't let them get a step or two ahead of you, or they're going to be gone and taking a shot on goal before you know it. Lovington, the ball goes back up field, and Lovington defenseman back there in the back line, backfield are able to kick that back to midfield. Artesia still controlling, looking to move it. Now a big boot down toward the goal. Alexander comes out from the cage, easily stops that, and he'll throw that back up midfield. And he may boot it.
And we've actually got a whistle, so
now the ref is actually going to come come get the ball.
And I think he wants to check something.
I
he
think
doesn't like something about it.
Right, he's
so
going to boot it off.
Another
and
ball.
Calls for a fresh ball. He boots it out of bounds, calls for a fresh one. So they bring one. He takes a look at it, see if he likes this one. Apparently it passes muster, so that is the ball that Alexander will boot back up to midfield. Artesia gets first foot on it, goes back to Lovington. They kick it downfield, trying to get Mendoza to control that. He tries for it. Artesia takes it away and boots it back to their goalkeeper out of harm's way.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of a mistake there is one of their back linesmen, one of their defenders, that was Summers, wasn't quite ready for it and got all the way through to the keeper. He was ready for it.
So Artesia controlling along the far sidelines, moving it, trying to move it forward. Pretty good defense by Lovington here, trying to keep them from breaking away. And there is a breakaway. A one-on-one shot now. Another defender coming up. And still centered on goal. Just back away is Artesia trying to find somebody open to go ahead and take the shot. Lovington gets it away from them. Nice at defense as they kick it back up midfield. And now Mendoza's got it again. And a whistle sounds.
Yeah, he got tackled, so should be a free kick from right at midfield for Lovington.
So if you can, if they can manage to get it down, then make a good quick pass and have somebody centered up or somebody in position to take a pass, you can do. There's no way to really score from a midfield kick. That's not going to happen, but you can.
I would be willing to bet, though, they send it probably about
close.
2/3 of the way down and see if they can get a lucky bounce or something there as Nava puts the boot into it.
Kind of what I said, and somebody there to turn around and try to either pass it or take a shot on goal. And it comes right back as Lovington defense was able to go ahead and get that ball. And a breakaway on the left side. Lovington quickly collapses in on him. Nice work as they take it away and play keep away. And now boot it back up to midfield. So Artesia almost finding somebody, but Lovington kept it from being just a and there is a shot and it's a score. I think did it go through?
Nope,
Or did it
hit the post.
Okay.
It hit the post, and so Alexander gets
Woo.
the extra arm on the post there, as
Right.
that one was a scorcher for Woodars. So
Yeah.
first shot on goal, and he put one in and on target. Got lucky right there.
Yeah, Lovington got lucky as it hit the left post, the goal post. The left looking toward it, our view of it. So it comes back out to midfield, and now Artesia still controlling, though. They haven't given up. They like that. They got a taste, and now they want more. Lovington defense all over them, trying to get that ball away. They do. They manage to get it to the far side, but then a pass comes in midfield again, and Artesia dribbling, doing some nice passing, and now another shot on goal, and Hayden stops it. Alexander comes up, stops it with his hands, and then moves up, and quickly a Lovington defenseman comes up to help him so that there's no chance of a rebound. And now another shot, but it's headed wide, and Alexander dives to make sure that it does not find its way in the back of the net. So 2 quick saves by Alexander.
Yeah, as Vasquez took the first shot, the second shot put in by Nielsen on that one. And so, yeah, a couple of long range but pretty decent looks there for Artesia. Still 0-0 with 25 minutes to go in the first.
And Artesia sort of ratcheting up the offensive pressure here. Lovington's got to take note. As suddenly, with new offensive pressure and drive, Lovington hasn't had a chance to get the ball back in the other end of this pitch. And the ball goes out, kicked away by Artesia, away from Nava. So it'll be Nava to come over, but it'll actually be Banuelos, I think, to throw it in.
Rodriguez.
I thought that's 17, not an 11. And all the way down to Mendoza in the right corner. Mendoza framing it up, trying to win a one-on-one battle. Pass ends up going to the chest of Artesia and bounces out back toward the corner. Mendoza still trying to control it. Booted out away, but then Lovington boots it right back. It's a floater that ends up going into the hands of Hayes out to the left and in front of the Artesia goal. And he'll put the big boot in it just to get it back to midfield, where Lovington now handles it, boots it out, and it ends up going out of bounds. Midfield in front of us on the near side. So they will give chase, and it will be Artesia to throw in.
Sorry, having some technical issues, I guess, back at the station. So we may, I will follow as good as I can while I'm looking to see what's going on.
All right, 24 minutes left in this first half, and we are scoreless. As the ball kept on the throw-in, it's knocked back out of bounds by Lovington. So Artesia will throw in again, although they're inching closer and closer with each throw-in to the Lovington goal. And let's see, who is that? Who's going to throw in? I'll check that number. I think it's number 12. I believe that is Vasquez for Artesia. Makes it in and booted forward. Now right back, and it doesn't go out of bounds. And the ball's taken away from Vasquez. Now a fight for it. And Artesia comes up with it, winning that one-on-one. Sending it back upfield. I believe that is Nielsen. And the ball goes all the way to the other side and out of bounds. Last touch by Lovington. A throw in by Artesia on the far side, though. And now dribbling, passing in, centering it up. A chance to, that's right, a shot on goal. Easily stopped, though, by Alexander, who comes out.
Because I believe that was Vasquez once again putting it on goal.
Not a lot on it, but again, when you got the angle, you take the shot and see what happens. And in that time, another save by Alexander. The ball headed back upfield, then goes out of bounds, and it's a throw-in by Artesia over near their bench on the far side. Comes back to midfield, fight for it. Artesia with a chance to get it close to the Lovington goal. It's headed back by Lovington. Now kicked out of bounds. It'll be Artesia. They're going to try to get it before it goes out of bounds because Artesia would be able to throw in from that corner.
I don't know if they're going to say throw in or if they're going to let him have a corner kick from there. We'll see.
If you kick it out, it's usually it's going to be a kick in that corner. But
yep, it will be a throw.
It's a throw.
And coming up to make that throw will be Vasquez.
Yep,
and I think he's looking for Wooders.
I think he finds Nielsen instead, and then the ball, defensive work by Lovington, sends it back out the back end. So it'll be Artesia. Now they will get their kick, their corner kick. And I think that is Vasquez again.
I believe so.
Who is going to take the corner kick from this left side. And Lovington is the defense. They're having to shield their eyes. They're looking right into the sun. Right into this, against this ball coming in. And it's just a pass up to Nielsen, and Nielsen now lofts it. They were looking to maybe put a header into it, get his teammate down there, but it goes up over and out of bounds, up and over the net, the goal. So we'll give it back to Lovington. They'll get to kick it back up midfield from just to the right of their goal. Still no score in this one. We have about 20 minutes plus any stoppage left to play in this first period. Goes back up to midfield, fought for. Lovington will control, kick it. I think it'll end up going out of bounds. So,
yeah, probably. Yep, it will be an Artesia throw in there.
At midfield, Artesia gets it in. The header ends up bouncing and being controlled by Lovington as they'll boot it down toward up over toward us, but it'll be stopped.
Yeah, there was a whistle on the throw in, so. Should be a free kick for Lovington.
But it'll be about from midfield. Nope, I think they're just gonna be a throw in.
Yeah, back around the 30-yard line in Lovington territory.
Okay. A big boot ends up going pretty long. It's headed back upfield by Artesia. Kind of a backwards kick as well by Nielsen. Lovington still fighting for it, trying to get it started at least toward the Artesia goal. They would love to draw first blood here if they could. And the ball, it'll be another throw. It'll be a throw in from midfield. An easy one, and then kicked toward the Lovington goal, or the Artesia goal, but Artesia controls and will kick it out. It'll end up going out of bounds at midfield, near side, and coming over is going to be, I think, Banuelos, or is that Medina? Is that, I think it's
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, 17. See, I keep seeing the 17. It looks like an 11 to me. Rodriguez will throw it in. Headed right back by Artesia. Now Lovington, defense man, will pass it to the other side of the field, midfield. Lovington still is controlling. They send a shot down towards, not actually a shot on goal, but it is down toward the goal and out enough that Hayes comes out to get it and simply roll it back out. Artesia, and a whistle sounds.
Yeah, I actually think that's on the iPad next door.
Oh, okay.
Somebody's watching a little college football.
Oh, okay. And that ball, here we go, as the ball off of the feet and the heads of both Artesia and Lovington, getting close to that Artesia goal, and that was Mendoza down there. The striker.
Lovington still with just one shot on goal so far, more than halfway through this first half.
So they're putting a little bit more pressure on. They boot it down there, but Artesia ready for it. They send it right back. It's Lovington trying to get that ball back. That is, I believe, Mendoza fighting for it.
Pichardo, number 6.
6, okay.
And throwing it in will be Rios on the far side now.
Goes out of bounds, but Lovington will have the throw in. They throw it. And immediately it goes right back out. But this time I think it was off of Lovington. So it'll be, or is it? Yeah, it'll be Artesia. It will be Artesia throw in. Just north of their bench. As one of their players comes out, there's a substitute that went in. Did not catch a number. And that ball immediately just comes right back out. Now Artesia's got it, and they're taking a shot toward the Lovington goal, but Hayden Alexander comes out and easily catches that and then hurls it immediately up forward, trying to get some offensive going here. And a nice dribble down the right side. That is, I believe, Nava. Then taken away as Artesia with a steal, and then stolen right back, and then Artesia's got it. So fight for the ball. Now Nielsen midfield, passing. Artesia passing back and forth, trying to maintain control of the ball, trying to set up a shot, trying to keep it out of the hands of Lovington, but they managed to steal that away. A pass goes a little bit long. Lovington's got it. Now dribbling down the right is Mendoza. He's got the angle, but he's getting worked on, and now the ball taken away on a one-on-one, sent downfield. Now Lovington sends it back down toward Artesia's goal, and there's a collision, a big bump, and a Wildcat is down on the field.
Yeah, Nava down as he got a hip check from Vasquez there.
Couldn't have felt good, but he's up right away.
So it'll be a free kick for Lovington, a chance for a set play. Chance to crash the net and try and put a little pressure on. Just under 16 to go in the first half. Lovington has not had any sustained pressure so far.
So we'll see if this can bear some fruit for Lovington. And it is going to be, I believe, is it Nava who's going to be kicking? I think
that's Banuelos, number 11.
Now it's 11. I've been calling 11 the whole time. And the kick forward is immediately blocked by Artesia and sent right back up midfield. But waiting right there is Lovington, and now that is Rodriguez. And then taken away as Artesia comes up, boots it away, but a defense man back there for Lovington. And now back over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez going to boot it and pass it right up to Banuelos. Banuelos trying a centering kick, and the pass goes awry.
And winds up taking it off the jaw of Alva there.
Artesia picks it up, dribbles toward the Lovington goal, trying to get free, and the ball is temporarily blocked, and then a shot is sent toward the goal, but it goes wide and right. Not a serious threat. As Alexander comes out and passes it off, hands it off to a teammate who will get to kick that.
Yeah, it'll be Contreras back there. He often does the kicking in these situations.
He'll kick it back up midfield. Lovington with a header, but it goes into the hands of Artesia. They'll pass it right back up, and it takes a Lovington bounce, but Lovington defenseman will get it and then headed right back toward the goal. Oh, a little bit dangerous, as Lovington defense doing a nice job there, keeping it away from Artesia, Artesia was on the attack, being that close to the goal, wanting to see if they could get anybody free to try to take a shot, and it goes out of bounds off of Artesia, so it is Rodriguez with the throw in. And taken midfield, is that Ayala?
That was actually Nava.
Nava, thought it was 14. And it bounces right back out. Luckily, it was...
After Nava got crunched under there by one of the defensemen.
I guess it was a clean hit. No whistle sounded. And it goes out of bounds, so Rodriguez will throw in from midfield on the right side, near side, right down in front of us. Looking for someone. He throws it in. Throws it toward Banuelos. Artesia immediately sends it back. But back in the hands of Artesia on the far side. And now Nielsen comes in and takes it. Fights for control, ends up just booting it out. He was trying to. He's got great speed. He was coming up, but Lovington with nice defense from the midfielder and their defensive men in the back.
Yeah, getting back quickly was Medina there to help guard.
As it goes out of bounds, Lovington, and fighting for it in that far right corner, goes out of bounds. A flag shows that it's out of bounds, and I'm not sure who's going to be oh, it's going to be a kick, I believe. It'll be a corner kick from the right. And
looks like they'll send Vasquez over to handle the kicking duties from over there.
So Artesia will have a chance at a set play here from the right corner. Again, now 12 minutes and change left to play in this first half, this first period. Here comes the kick. The boot off of the left foot. A header out by Lovington. And it's going to be kicked, tried to kick it out of harm's way. Artesia will get to it first. And, oh, nifty little move. But Lovington was ready for it. Mendoza wins that one-on-one, taking it, trying to control, but he's double-teamed by some excellent footwork there. And it ends up
on him
going
very
out of
tight was
bounds.
Corza.
Yeah, and he was actually kind of getting double-teamed there.
Yeah, they've had two on him pretty much all night. They're not
they
going
know.
to let him get much room if they can avoid it.
So Lovington might actually use him as a...
And then he tackles.
Yeah.
That was a bad move there.
It was.
As Mendoza went over, and might have been a little bit of a flop there from Hayes, but Mendoza should not have done that. And, yep, they will yellow card him.
As Mendoza,
Hayes kind of milks it for all it's worth. But
a frustration contact there, as he's been double teamed, he's been choked out of developing and being able to get anything going, and so Artesia's just been having good tight defense on him. So the referee comes over to talk, and
yeah, Mendoza's going to have to go sit for a little while.
There was a bit of contact there, and Hayes definitely.
Yeah, and Mendoza tried to show what he felt Hayes did, and
right. But the referee didn't go for it. Although you almost always know it's almost never. Both sides.
You're never going to win that argument.
Yeah, and both sides are rarely blameless, right? There's usually there's something going on with the other side, no matter if, which team you're on, if which came first. And so this time they do catch and penalize Mendoza. So he'll come out.
Nicholas Contreras will come in to take his place.
And the kick,
the 8th grader.
The kick by Artesia back down to midfield, and they control it. A whistle sounds, though, and they're going to send the ball right back into.
Yeah, going to have an infraction here on Artesia, but Lovington quickly with it.
Oh, and a pass down, but it brings Hayes out from the cage, and he reaches up. It bounces in front of him. He reaches up and grabs that, and then rolls it out to a teammate.
And now we've got another infraction.
So it's probably some, we're ticking down. We've got less than 10 minutes to play in this first half. We're 0-0, scoreless, and tempers and patience starting to flare a little bit. So there's probably some language going on down there, as well as a little physicality at times. And that ball is going to go all the way down to the left wide of the Lovington goal, go out, and Lovington will get to go ahead and kick it back up midfield. So this may be an opportunity, since Artesia's really keyed in on Mendoza, and now he's out of the game. This actually opens up some possibilities for Lovington, as Artesia's not really going to know.
Well, Mendoza just came back. He had to sit for just a couple of minutes.
And now he's back already. But it may be a good idea. Use him as a decoy. If they're going to double team him, okay, then let them lose an extra defense man or two. And
well, and this is the problem with really having one main striker, is it gives the other team somebody that they can really target and key in on.
But
so you have to find some additional offense somewhere.
And Artesia and Lovington does have some other couple capable strikers as well. Pichardo, certainly, and Medellin, who's not in right now, I don't think. And Lovington with the ball from the right. Passing, trying to get a center pass, taken away by Artesia. A fight for it. Lovington still in that fight. Mendoza's got it, and they're not that far away from the goal. He turns around trying to get free, but Artesia gets a chance to get a boot on it and sends it out of bounds toward the right. No, they keep it. Lovington keeps it inbounds. Clock ticking now, only about 8 minutes and any stoppage. And I don't think there's been much at all. So about 8 minutes left to play in this first period. Still scoreless, and Lovington on the move, passing some good passing around on the right side here. And a shot toward the goal is going to go all the way across and over to the other side. A Lovington player is there up in front trying to get free to take a shot, but Artesia's defense too strong. As Artesia really got everybody except 2 players all the way back to be in defense. And
Banuelo's trying to center it up, and it went just a little bit wide as coming up the middle. Mendoza had snuck into space, but it goes over his head and bounces over to the far side with Pichardo.
And it will be a throw-in from that left corner for Lovington. I think is that Pichardo over there, I believe. As it's thrown, a header off of Lovington, possible here, but Artesia is going to get to it, trying to get to it first and control it, and it goes out of bounds, so it will be a throw-in, I think, by, nope, Artesia will.
Yeah, they're going to say Artesia throw-in.
Yep, Artesia will get to throw it in. Now 7 minutes left in this first, as the offensive pressure and the pace of this match has picked up considerably here in just the last couple of minutes. As the players know, the clock is ticking, and they're feeling the pressure. Throw in on the right side by Lovington. As Mendoza down there, wanting to control it, ends up getting popped up and out of bounds again. So Lovington will throw it in again. I think that is.
And I think the longer this goes without a score, I think it favors Lovington. Artesia's just been running wild the last 2 or 3 games, and so a little bit of frustration maybe for them, and we'll actually have a free kick. And it looks like they'll get Contreras maybe to come over and take that free kick from about the 10-yard mark. So a set play for the Wildcats.
It's going to be right in the corner.
Not quite to the corner, but.
Right. As the ref is signaling, talking to Artesia, telling them, yep, take your marks here for defense. So a set kick from the right. Here it is. It goes to the middle and off of the goal, the top of the goal post, and bounces off to the far side. And Artesia kicks it downfield. Lovington kicks it right back, and now it comes toward the goal. It does bring out Hayes, and that's a little bit dangerous as he came out. If Lovington could have found a way to get a free ball right there, they would have had a nice look at the goal. But instead, it goes back downfield. And now, fight for it. We're still, and Lovington controlling that, getting it free momentarily, and then it goes off wide, off toward the left corner, and Artesia will kick it out.
I think Cutter Summers got maybe, he's listed as, well, he doesn't have height and weight listed, but he's probably about 5'9", and all of a sudden he inflated himself to about 6'3" to stop up those players and stop that lane.
And the ball bounced back in and goes over and across and to the other side of the Artesia goal harmlessly. It'll be Artesia to kick it back in.
Lovington still with just 2 shots on goal in this first half, and we're under 5 to play.
Now, they have managed to get the ball back down into the Artesia end and in and around the goal, trying to get free to take, for someone to be able to take a shot. It just has not happened yet. So they've spent a good deal of time now, and in the last half of this first period, down in the Artesia end. Now the ball comes back toward Lovington, and one of the Lovington defensemen will kick that up in midfield. Now we're just a little over 4 minutes left to play in the first half, still scoreless. Artesia with control at midfield. Lovington trying to win one-on-one battle, take it away. And Artesia maintaining. Now Lovington's got it. They get it away. They're going to dribble back toward midfield, but Artesia, Nielsen comes over. Gets it, kicks it back toward the Lovington goal. Lovington double teaming, and it goes out of bounds off on the right side.
Having to sweep that one away was Gallegos over on the far side.
So Artesia will have it to send it back in. Well, now it goes out right at the Lovington bench. So Artesia will throw it in from there. And they do. as now they're trying to get free, and defense, good tight defense by Lovington, although there's a trip. That's going to be an infraction called, and the Artesia player down momentarily.
Of course, this is game one of a Thursday, Friday, Saturday quad header for Lovington Athletics. Tonight, soccer, Lovington versus Artesia. Tomorrow, we'll be playing football in Artesia. Lovington trying to figure out the puzzle that is the Bulldogs football team. And then Saturday, we'll be here for the girls soccer team taking on Portales. And you'll be over at Wildcat Gym as the Lovington Lady Cats volleyball squad in action against Santa Teresa.
Yeah, an awful lot of Lovington sports this weekend, so all week long. And the ball comes in from out of bounds, and the shot toward the goal, centered up. Fight for it as Lovington manages to boot it back up to midfield out of harm's way. And now all by himself over on the far side with a breakaway opportunity. Dribbling, only one man to beat now to a couple more defensemen against Mendoza. Coming over, he's still alive, and now the ball does go across. And oh, it is a save as Hayes is able to find it and to go ahead and knock it away.
Pichardo got free and had an opportunity, but just headed it out wide. But that end of the goal was wide open as we hit the 2-minute mark now.
Artesia boots it back up midfield. Lovington heads it off, sends it back toward Artesia's goal. Artesia.
No, we've got a player down.
Uh-oh, and there is no, the refs haven't noticed and they haven't whistled, but now they do, as it's an Artesia player. No, it's a Lovington player. I see the blue now. It's a blue on blue. Sometimes a little hard to see, especially when they're down on it. They're down on the turf.
Yeah, he was running, and then all of a sudden he just crumpled over, and a couple of the Wildcats are signaling that he kind of got a cheap shot in a place that doesn't feel real good.
Well, it may take him just a minute to recover from that, as the Artesia players use the opportunity to sit down for a while. Sitting in. Most of those Artesia players, the Artesia bench has not done a lot of subbing in this first period. And those players, of course, soccer is a game of conditioning. You're in there on your feet, moving just perpetually. So anytime, any chance you get, that's why we talk and laugh about the soccer flop, because soccer players often, it looks like a pretty serious injury. They're using they're using that time to get just a little bit of rest sometimes.
I saw something interesting in the game here Saturday, and saw it again in Hobbs on the first game Thursday, a hydration break. We did not have one of these this evening. That was Nava. He is up and he's moving.
Yeah, he's limping just a little bit, so he must have taken a pretty good shot. But happy that he's up and moving. He gets a good round of applause from the Lovington faithful. Tonight, of course, the start of district play for 4-4A.
And still a 0-0 tie. We are under 2 minutes to play. Of course, an injury timeout. Should be about 90 seconds or so left on the clock when we resume play.
Right.
Of course, they stop it at 2 minutes because with extra time, you're never quite sure.
But they will continue to play for probably, as you said, about a minute and a half or so before the end of this period. And any time, I mean, once that ball comes into play, this could very well be a time to make a quick push in, one team or the other, looking to.
Yeah, they're going to look to make a quick rush as Artesia gets it back into play.
And Artesia will control from the backfield as they boot it forward. A pass that goes a little too far, and Lovington able to boot that away, and they send it back up toward midfield, but it goes out of bounds right in front of the Hobbs bench. Artesia will throw that back in quickly. Nielsen gets it. A whistle sounds over there, though. So it's
out of bounds off Artesia.
All right, so Hobbs will get the throw in now.
Lovington.
Hobbs will get the throw. Lovington will get the throw in. Thank you. Immediately goes right back out, right in front of the Lovington bench. So let's see. It's going to be Lovington. They're going to kick it up midfield, And stopping that one, Contreras. And Artesia controlling. Lovington getting it right back, just booting it out of bounds. So Artesia will have the throw in. Again, we're just kind of in, we're in remainder time, you might say, kind of stoppage time. And
yeah, we are. We should be in stoppage time about now.
Not a lot of it, more than likely. But Artesia's going to try to make the most of it as they throw it in, try to control as they're in the Lovington end of the pitch now. Lovington, good tight defense. A little bit of a trip. Yep.
And that'll be a free kick, and that could be dangerous because this gives Artesia an opportunity here late in the half in stoppage time to try and break this 0-0 tie. Just a bad push there.
Yep. Bad time for, and right in the, no way to hide it.
Yeah, right in front of the ref.
Right, well, it's, yeah, right where the ball was, and so everybody's going to see that. And a kick, and then Lovington gets the header on it to get it out from in front of the goal. Ball still alive and controlled by Artesia as they're going to try to take it back in from the left side. That pass went just a little bit long. Coming over with the control is Contreras. Now passing it off to Banuelos, and now back to Artesia. Artesia boots it all the way to the far side. A battle for it. It'll go out of bounds, and they'll say, is it off of, going to be off of Lovington, Artesia?
And they blow the double whistle.
So that's it. Doesn't matter because the first half is done. The first period ends in a 0-0 tie. No team able to break onto the scoreboard in that first half. We'll have a 10-minute halftime. We'll be back with the second half of this soccer match. It's turning out to be a good one. I'm surprised that we haven't seen at least one goal in this first half.
Well, and we've only had 8 shots on goal, 5 for Artesia and 3 for Lovington.
Very highly defensive game so far, with spurts of aggression and some sustained offensive pressure, but an awful lot of just back and forth defense going on in this first half. We'll take a break, and we say thank you very much to our sponsors. You see their banners, their names across the video screen, so we just say thank you very much. We appreciate those sponsors allowing for us to broadcast. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and we'll be back with more Wildcat Soccer. The boys here on Brian Urlacher Field at Wildcat Stadium in Lovington. Welcome back to Wildcat Soccer, Lovington Soccer on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZOR Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan alongside TJ Miracle, running camera, doing color. We're here covering and broadcasting Lovington Soccer, the start of district, and Lovington with the ball to start this second half. It was scoreless in the first, 0-0 against perennial opponent Artesia. And Lovington controlling the ball, but now Artesia taking it at midfield. Lovington fighting for it. Actually, Lovington gets it, boots it way back downfield toward the Lovington goal. Lovington quickly there, though.
Actually, towards Artesia's goal.
Or Artesia, I'm sorry. It's Lovington toward Artesia goal. I'm saying one thing, thinking another. Lovington, Mendoza with a chance, and kicks it at the last possible second from that left corner toward the goal, gets a left foot on it and boots it, and reaching up for it, Hayes has to jump up and get that, keep it out of harm's way and send it back out toward midfield. So a nice shot on goal from Mendoza to early on in the second half. I think it shows that Lovington's going to be very aggressive, as both teams coming out with a very brisk pace of play. Artesia with control of it now. In the Lovington end of the field, though. Lovington trying to knock it away. Artesia maintaining control. Now Lovington boots it back up toward midfield. It'll go out of bounds. Artesia will have it to throw in.
Well, so far, both teams, as you mentioned, putting on a little bit more pressure. I think they feel after that first half, probably Coach Jowers and Coach Negrete both thinking whoever can score first may very well win this game.
So I think both teams got a pep talk and a fire lit under, and they came out showing a lot more urgency at the beginning of this second half. Ball throw in, controlled by Artesia. Lovington fighting for it. It's going to roll out of bounds off of the Lovington foot, so it'll be an Artesia throw in on the near side toward the Lovington goal. Gets it back out toward midfield. I think that's Nielsen. A pass.
Summers.
Oh, Summers. A pass all the way across field. Far side. Both teams fighting for it. Artesia coming up with it. Good defensive work by by Lovington rather. Now Lovington with control, trying to get something started and thwarted immediately by Artesia. And Lovington getting the ball back. Fight for it. Lovington winning initially. Then Artesia boots it away and down toward their own goal. Hayes comes out to knock it. It's blocked by Lovington. Still on this end of the pitch. Lovington again controlling now. Looking to turn around, maybe attack goal from left side, get a shot. That's Mendoza, but the defense is tight on him. He's able to get a kick again in almost the same place as he took it before, but it goes high and wide and out of bounds on the right side.
Yeah, it didn't go out, but he was looking for Pichardo on the header. Pichardo just not quite tall enough to get to it.
And the ball again coming way out of the net is Hayes, and he finally falls on it. And we'll bring it out and boot it back up toward midfield. So each team much more sense of urgency in the ball getting down toward the Lovington end again. And Lovington knocks it away, sends it all the way back down, and Hayes will come out once again, scoop it up, and probably just throw it back. No, it looks like he is. He's going to underhand it to one of his teammates. We'll take that here on the near side. Now, a pass back to the defensive man on that left wing rather.
Hey, that's my trick to get them confused.
Summers passes it back up. Now Lovington taking it away, or trying to. Artesia's got it. Uh-oh. Now they're just looking to control. Nice defense. All the way into the right corner. Shot blocked by Hobbs and then booted back. Lovington and then booted back down midfield. Summers fighting for that. Artesia going to control it. Lovington being aggressive, trying to take it away, and they do. And Dribbling down toward the goal. Passing, stolen, and then stolen right back. Mendoza's got it. Working on toward the right. Then it gets tripped up. It's going to be an infraction.
Nope, they're going to say just out off of
All right.
Artesia.
Wow, so it'll be a
Lovington faithful wanted the infraction, but they're not going to get it.
Lovington is going to throw it back in on the far side as Mendoza trying to make a case. Comes in. Header is then booted back upfield by Lovington, by Artesia, into the hands of Lovington. Lovington kicks it right back. Down in the right, toward the right corner. Artesia with a takeaway. Mendoza fighting for it, and I think it may end up, no, it doesn't not go out of bounds. Kicked right back. Oh, Lovington trying to get a shot off. It's blocked by Artesia.
Mendoza had a little room momentarily, but the door got shut quickly and blocked before it ever gets onto the keeper.
Artesia's been so quick to immediately try to smother and at least double team, if not triple team, Mendoza or anybody else who has a serious chance.
And Mendoza basically gets tackled, and yeah, they're not going to yellow card like they did Mendoza earlier, but they are going to have a talking to down there with a couple of the Artesia midfielders. But it will be a free ball for Lovington from about the 25-yard mark out. And it looks like they'll probably have Banuelos take the kick, or it may be Mendoza. They're both in the neighborhood, and it will be Mendoza to take the kick.
All right, so a set play and a pretty good kick. No, it
is Banuelos.
It did go, but it went right into the arms, right in the center of the goal. Hayes picked that off, but a good shot at it, and a pass goes past Lovington, but they come in anyway, pick it up to control it. It's going to go out of bounds. Yep. And they're going to go ahead and say it was out of bounds, so they're going to have to technically throw it in.
Yeah, it will be a throw in. They were blowing the whistle for a substitution.
Okay.
So
and
Lovington is taking
is coming in right now.
Yeah, Lovington has taken the first 2 shots here in the second half.
Yep. Under 33 minutes left to play in regulation, at least. The ball comes back, controlled by Artesia. They pass it. Going to turn around, going to try to organize and get a shot on goal. They do. It goes toward the goal. Hayden comes out. Hayden Alexander comes out, scoops that one up, and sends it right back up toward midfield, where Lovington's going to put a big boot in it, send it downfield toward Artesia. Back and forth. Off the heads, the chests, and the feet. It's Lovington in control. Artesia, though, with good defense, the ball's going to go out of bounds. Just north of the Hobbs bench.
Lovington.
Oh, the Lovington bench. I don't know why suddenly I didn't start off the match saying Hobbs. Somewhere in that, toward the end of that first period, I switched Lovington and Hobbs. So the ball will be thrown in by Artesia. And then taken and dribbled down. Lovington's going to boot it back up to midfield. Just try to keep it out of the hands of Artesia. And Artesia boots it down toward the Hobbs goal.
Lovington.
They're on the sidelines on the far side. Ball stays in bounds. Artesia will control. Dribbling, passing down toward the Lovington goal. And there it goes, and that will force Alexander to come out and move out all the way over to the left. But he's got a couple of defensemen back with him, and Artesia ceases the attack. So he will simply boot the ball back up midfield. Lovington waiting for it, but Artesia will get to it first and control and bring it right back down toward Hobbs. Passing back and forth. Ball goes out near the far sideline again. Lovington will get it, and they're going to boot it out. So Artesia will have a chance to get it back in play near their own bench over there, far side. Throw in. Ball kicked down. Headed off by Hobbs. It'll go out of bounds on the near side now. Off of the Hobbs header. Off of the Lovington header, sorry. And the ball back in play. Lovington kicks it back up midfield, but Artesia's got it. Summers passes off, and the ball popped up, stays in bounds. Fight for it. Artesia's going to control. Good defense by Lovington. Still controlled now, comes up. Lovington is able to send that back midfield as Contreras over here. Now that Summers dribbling, passing up. Lovington getting a boot on it though, sending it back. Now an Artesia man all the way by himself on the left side, but nobody to pass to. He was all alone, and if he had gone up forward, he would have been offsides. They would have had a penalty. So they managed to pass it back over here on the right side. A shot goes toward the Lovington goal, but it's blocked and sent back. Fight for it. Lovington's going to control it. And nice work, good footwork, trying to control it. Going to find somebody to pass to, get away from the sidelines. And he does send it back up to a midfield. Ball popped up, headed to the sidelines. It will go out of bounds. Off of Lovington, so it'll be a throw in by Artesia. As the clock is ticking now, under 30 minutes left to play in regulation in this second period. Back and forth possession. Now booted out of bounds again on this near side. Thrown in. Summers has got it. Blocked by Lovington. Lovington sending it back up midfield, but waiting for it right there. An Artesia man who takes it, and a shot goes wide off to the right as Alexander comes out and chases that down.
Yeah, Artesia starting to put on more sustained pressure here, as that was Hollinger with the attempted shot. So now it'll be up to Lovington to see if they can turn it back around. Again, we've played over 50 minutes here of clock time, and neither team has yet scored. And the pressure has got to start, I think, more so on Artesia than Lovington. Lovington, only scoring about 2.5 goals a game. Artesia scoring over 5 goals or 4 goals a game, and the last 3 games have scored over 7. So they've got to be figuring out a little bit, what's going on there. I feel a little frustration setting in.
Yeah, but Lovington has done an excellent job on defense of containing Artesia. So I don't want to jinx them by saying that exactly, but
no announcers curse.
But that has been the case. Although we're seeing much more, we're now playing much more in the Lovington end of things now with Artesia.
And we saw this about this point in the first half too. Right about the 30-minute mark, Artesia really started stepping up the pressure. Now we'll have a free kick for the Bulldogs.
It's going to come on that left side.
And nope, they just decided it'll be a throw-in. They wanted a free kick. They didn't get it.
Right. But Artesia will control. They've got it. And Summers moving with it. Fight for it. That comes back midfield. And now it goes past an Artesia, but Summers saves it and boots it back up midfield. I believe that is Summers, isn't it? I'm saying Summers. Is that who that is? I thought it was.
Actually, I think that was.
I thought it was Nielsen.
That was Nielsen.
Number 3, yeah.
Yeah, that was Nielsen. Nielsen wears the glasses. Summers does not.
Doesn't. Okay. From here, I can't even see glasses on their faces, though, so that doesn't help me.
Sorry.
And the binoculars, I can't use them with my glasses, so I need to. They work really well when I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm just all kinds of handicapped up here. So the ball is temporarily stopped. It's out of bounds.
Sub coming in for Artesia.
And it will be an Artesia throw-in from the near side here. They throw it in and temporarily control, send it down toward the Lovington goal. Lovington picks it up, boots it back. Lovington's really stuck in defense, just reacting and trying to keep Artesia from scoring here, and it's keeping them from organizing any good offense on their own and being able to put offensive pressure on. They're just they're in reaction mode and just trying to keep Artesia from scoring.
They're keeping Mendoza down, basically bird dogging, trying to get him on a breakaway. And at some point, you're going to have to take it away and methodically move the ball back down the field. But the defense has done a nice job. They've only allowed Artesia one shot so far in the second half.
And a header by Lovington, keeping it back up midfield. It's booted back down. Artesia again going to try. Lovington with a D. They dribble and pass, and now send a shot on goal, but it goes wide as Alexander comes out and chases it down off to the right. So not a lot on it, but again, you see an opening and you see a shot, you take it, because anything can happen. It can get deflected. A teammate can go ahead and come up out of nowhere and be able to take that as a pass and hit it in. It can bounce off of your own player. It can bounce off of another player and give somebody else a scoring opportunity. Just all kinds of things happen. So you take the shot when you see it, when you have it. Didn't turn out to be anything so far. None of the shots in this match have turned out to be anything to find the back of the net with on it for either team. As we're in to the Artesia backfield, now they move it forward. And now toward the Hobbs goal, and a slide down is good defense, and a shot goes toward and it goes into the back of the net as Hayden Christopher, it was screened out just a little bit by an Artesia player and a Lovington player, and Christopher came out.
Actually, that was Wooders who scored.
And yeah, I didn't see who did it. I just knew that the shot went in as Hayden came out trying to stop it, and it kind of got screened out, blocked out, and found the back of the net. So Artesia scores with 23:30 left to play in the second period. Artesia is up 1-0. So now Lovington needs to answer that quickly. They need to go on the attack and just simply, I think, relentlessly attack if they can.
And we played nearly an hour of clock time before we saw the first goal, but Lovington was living dangerously back there with Artesia just attacking. It seemed like they've been in the Lovington zone for most of the 10 minutes prior to that.
It seemed like Lovington maybe didn't have enough players back there, back to defend. So it seemed like there were only a couple, three of them right there just trying to fight and get the ball back, when all of a sudden a shot comes through toward the goal and makes it past Alexander to the back of the net. So 1-0 as whistle sounds. We're going to move toward the other end. I think we're going to have a
free throw or a throw in for Lovington.
Okay. And a substitution. Yeah, there's a sub card coming. The passing of the card.
Contreras comes out, and going in his place will be Herrera.
Yeah, that's Ivan Herrera. As you said, he wears either 99 or 24, so looks like he's going to be a midfielder. Throw in to the right corner. Lovington fighting for it. Artesia boots it back up midfield. Lovington waiting for it, though. They pass it to the center. Trying to play for position and passing. Now a boot all the way down the sideline. It's out of bounds.
Almost in the trash can over there.
Exactly, almost. Do you actually get a point for that?
I don't think so.
Style. You get points for style.
Style points. Unfortunately, no points on the scoreboard for it.
All right, so it'll be a throw in for Artesia. They get it in, and it's going to be taken by one of the defensemen in the very back line. In the backfield, they send it up midfield. Lovington boots it back down all the way, and coming out, Hayes will chase it. Oh, very, very. And that was just incidental contact as the Lovington player started holding up and showed.
Hayes is going to.
He flopped trying to make the most of it. He
flopped again. He got a yellow card out of it when he did it earlier. Ref didn't bite that time.
Did not go. Now Hobbs fighting for it, goes out of bounds, It'll be Artesia, or it'll be Lovington fighting for it, and it'll be Artesia to throw it in here midfield. Lovington again really needing to answer that because we have only 20 minutes left in regulation here. 20 minutes left in this second period, second half. And Artesia's up 1-0. Now the whistle sounds, and Artesia will have the ball to throw it in midfield. As they do. Lovington coming out immediately, trying to be aggressive now, and centering it up, passing. Artesia with a good chance from that left side. A good defense by Hobbs, trying to keep a shot away from the goal. Whistle sounds, it's still in play. Now Artesia has it in the right corner, and they will throw it in immediately, throwing it in, centering it up, trying to get a quick shot on goal.
Yeah, trying to get it to Waters in space, and just didn't work that time.
No, because Lovington was right there with good defense. Now, again, trying to win the one-on-one battle, taking it away, almost out of bounds. It stays in. Now Lovington manages to boot it back downfield. Be nice to be able to turn around and launch, and that's what they're trying to do. They've got some help now as that was Mendoza, who turned around and passed it. Big boot down, but it's a little too long and strong. And the Lovington player down there could not get to it in time.
I was trying to get Pichardo flashing through behind everybody, but yeah, like you mentioned, just a little too much on that one out in front, and so it'll turn it back over to Artesia.
Because it went all the way back through and out of bounds. So Artesia will get to boot it back up to midfield. Well, actually, Hayes goes ahead and just kicks it back up. So Artesia with a 1-0 lead, and Lovington looking to change that as they kick it back toward the Artesia goal, but Artesia comes up, taking it away. Now they're just going to control it here at midfield, keep it out of the hands. They're going to kind of burn a little clock here and keep it out of the hands of Lovington rather. Keep it out of the Wildcat feet, but the Wildcats are coming up saying, wait, we're going to put a little offensive pressure on, try to get this ball away, try to get a shot on goal. All the way out of bounds. But
and of the Wildcats' 6 shots, only one of them has been a pretty quality look.
And Lovington fighting for it on the right side. Now it'll go very close to being out of bounds. They're on the right corner. A pass up, a chance for Lovington. They do hit it toward goal, but it goes wide, high, and wide to the left.
Yeah, that was Xavier Rios. Didn't wait for that one to settle down. He went ahead and just took a quick shot at it, and it was still kind of bouncing when he got the foot on it, and that sent it high and wide.
So Artesia Hayes will actually kick it back up midfield. As they move it up toward midfield, and now trying to launch, I think, is that Summers or Nielsen?
That's Nielsen.
Nielsen making a drive toward the goal, but pass is blocked by Lovington and sent back up midfield. Now goes out of bounds. Tick-tock, down to 17 minutes left in this first half, and Artesia, if they could score another goal, I think they'd like to. Take away, nice steal, and a pass over to and the shot goes wide. Sorry,
Mendoza to Banuelos, but Banuelos took the shot. It was a bit wide, and took an opportunity because that one went wide. No official shot on goal, but that was the best look Lovington's had in a while.
Yeah, it was a nice pass,
and it was forced by a turnover back at the midfield.
Back at midfield, it was a nice steal, a takeaway, and then a pass over to Mendoza, and Mendoza then dribbled toward the goal, passed it off, and it was a nice look. Didn't come toward anything, but it certainly got the crowd riled up, got the Lovington faithful hopeful. And now it comes back, booted out, back to midfield. Fight for control over on the far sideline. It goes out of bounds. Still a 1-0 game. A 1-0 match. 16 minutes left to play in regulation here. as the ball will come in. And Artesia controls it, sends a shot, goes wide and right. That was a kind of a deep, that's a kind of a bullet that got missed.
Bullet with butterfly wings, if you
Yeah.
will, as that one kind of fluttered as it came off of the foot. If that young man will turn around, I'll grab his number. As attempting that one was Lopez.
It ended up being harmless, and Lovington dodges a bullet there. Alexander came out, but had that been a better aim and better execution off the foot, might have found the back of the net. Back down into this end as
Yeah, immediately just booted away there by Artesia.
Artesia is able to get that back out of bounds. But it comes back in the corner, a fight for it. In the right side, the flag goes up, so it was out of bounds.
And at some point, Lovington is going to have to find a way to sustain some pressure. They've already moved 7 men. Now they're moving 8 men and just leaving 1 defender back. A little bit dangerous if you can't key in on this, but I think this is what they are going to need to do, and it will be a throw in from the far sideline.
And the ball comes up high. Artesia reaches up, grabs that, keeps it out of harm's way.
Yeah, just banking it out. And so it should be a corner kick on that far side for the Wildcats. It will be, and Banuelos heads over into the corner for the kick. So another chance for a set play, under 15 to go.
Yeah, in fact, just over 14 now showing on the clock.
And a 1-0 lead for Artesia.
And it comes in, floats in. A header by Lovington. Goes high and wide, goes high and over the goal.
And that was Contreras who got the head on it. And Hayes lucky he was in position, but that one, I think, if it's about 1.5 foot lower, sneaks between the outreached hands and the crossbar.
Yeah, could have. But it does not, so we're still 1-0. And Artesia will have a chance to go ahead and get that back out to midfield. And here we are, 13 and a half minutes left in regulation. Lovington needs at least 1 to tie it up. And they're running out of time. So the boot sends it back up to midfield. Lovington heads it back toward Artesia. Artesia boots it back and forth, back and forth. Now Lovington controlling. Artesia taking it away. Again, just going to pass it across. Boot it downfield. Lovington getting that, though. The defense line in the back line, going ahead and putting a boot in it. Again, Artesia is not going to be as concerned about, scoring. They're going to be more about just keeping it away from Lovington. Lovington, it's theirs to lose at this point.
Yeah, Artesia's going to, like you said, play keep away. They're going to still look for the openings.
You bet. They're going to look for the chance.
But they're going to be a little more conservative.
Given the opportunity, they'll take a shot. If not, they'll keep it out of Lovington's possession. And it goes all the way across the field and out of bounds, and it'll be a Lovington throw-in near their bench. Comes in, headed off by Artesia, and controlled, and then booted back to midfield, where Lovington awaits. Now their turn to send a shot up right in the middle of Artesia's midfielders. Fight for it. Lovington's got it. Lovington's got it. Artesia putting on pressure. So Lovington sends it back. Now booted toward the goal, headed off by Artesia, though. And now coming in and hitting it back and forth. Another header from Artesia to keep it out of harm's way. A fight for it. And Artesia's going to control, send it back upfield, or downfield as it were, toward Hobbs. Hobbs sends it back and forth. These two teams battling for control and trying to keep the other team from organizing any offensive run. Now Artesia back up. All of this back and forth playing out on the near side here and mostly in the midfield. So Artesia's just going to be content to go chase that on the other side of the field. Now they send a shot toward goal. Cut off by an Artesia man. And a shot blocked by Lovington. Good defense there.
Nielsen trying a couple of shots, and Hobbs is back. Or, now you got me doing it. Lovington's back line doing a nice job. It's because they're going towards Hobbs. So that's the south end, but it'll go out.
It does go out of bounds, and it will be Artesia to throw it in from just north of their bench. So now just 10 minutes left to play in regulation here. And still, it is 1-0, Artesia leading. Lovington, pressure on them to try to get this tied up. Artesia is controlling that. Gets booted back up toward midfield. Artesia on the hunt, controlling, dribbling, now taking a shot toward the Lovington goal, and it hits, yes, and it finds the back of the net as Artesia hits a ball. I thought it was going to be too high and go over the goal. I think it hit the top of the goalpost, and Hayden Alexander was there. It looked like he got a hand on it, but it went past him and found the back of the net. I thought for sure that was going to miss, not even hit the top of the goalpost, but go over it.
Moises Corza gets credit for the goal, and yeah, everybody was like, wow, where did that come from, as he is mobbed by his teammates, but he sent that one flying from about 40 yards out, and yeah, it just went in and snuck under the top of the goalpost. So now a 2-0 lead for the Bulldogs.
For Artesia, up with 9.5 left to play. And now the pressure really is on Lovington. They've got to get down and they've got to find a goal. And all Artesia really has to do at this point is just try to keep away, keep it out of Lovington's hands. They're not going to be content to do that. They're
looking
in the
for an
Hobbs
insurance
zone.
goal.
Yeah, they're in the Hobbs zone
Lovington.
and the Lovington zone. And so, yeah, instead of just passing it off and playing keep away, they went ahead and thought, we'll just go ahead and boot it and take a shot at the goal and see what happens. It went wide, by the way, so Lovington down by 2, running out of time to answer and try to tie it up. The ball goes out on the far side toward the right corner.
It doesn't just go out, it goes pretty much to the street. New ball in play.
That's right, and
time for a throw-in on the far sideline for the Wildcats, and they've got a chance to set everything up. They're going to put, they need to put 9 in the box, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
So a chance for Lovington to get one of those goals back, at least get on the board. And the shot comes in. It's headed off and back off to the right corner, where a rebound kick goes toward, but it brings Hayes out, and he is able to make the stop to the left just outside of the cage. So a shot by Hobbs again turns into nothing. Lovington turns into nothing. Thank you. Ball comes back out to midfield. Lovington is controlling it. Now Artesia with the takeaway. Lovington on the chase. Lovington chasing as defensemen that quickly come up.
Yeah, and that'll be a free kick, and that's a bad push there. I think a little frustration starting to show on the parts of the Wildcats as Banuelos just pushing from behind, and they push the guy who just scored the goal, Corza, so he'll get the free kick from only about 15 yards away from the cage. Looks like maybe they'll actually send Nielsen over to take the free kick.
Yeah, and it's Nielsen. They'll wait. I don't think they had any substitutes. They're waiting for everything to get set. Now takes it, and a header off of Artesia goes right and wide. So no problem there. But now a kick from the right corner.
So another opportunity for a set play for the Bulldogs here, trying to put the dagger in this one.
It's up, and Hayden Alexander actually gets the first hand on it and knocks it away off toward the right. It'll stay inbounds, and be kicked toward the Hobbs goal again, but blocked and headed off by Lovington. And the ball still, and a good chance here as a good defense kept it out of the hands, but off of the rebound of a Lovington block. A shot is taken by Artesia toward the goal, and Hayden Alexander comes out and blocks that.
Actually got blocked by one of the defenders before it ever got to Alexander, and that's what sent it so up and away.
He's got a defender right there. There's really one to his left. I guess that's who that was who blocked it. I thought it was him. And the ball comes out. Artesia will have it, and it goes out of bounds on the far side.
So Lovington going to have to take some opportunities and some chances here, trailing 2-0 with 5:40 remaining here in the contest, plus probably about 30 seconds, maybe a stoppage time. So they are going to have to crash the goal, as you would say in hockey. You can do the same thing in soccer, and they're going to have to do it. They're going to have to put as much pressure on with as many guys as they can, and just hope Alexander can hold on back there if there's a breakaway.
Yeah, the ball comes back to midfield. Lovington fighting for it. Artesia taking it away momentarily. And Hobbs boots it toward the goal. Headed back. Lovington boots it, gets it out of harm's way, and there's a collision, and Artesia man down. Whistle sounds, a flag goes up. We'll see what happens. And the Artesia player is still down.
And Coach Negrete is not happy. He's barking on the bench about a couple of things down there. Of course, you certainly hope that young man's all right. Looks like maybe just a cramp, but I don't know. It looked like maybe they were stretching him out for a minute. Now we do not show that the injured players.
Right, looks like they're
training staff going to come out and take a look.
And we will just update you and let you know that and of course the clock keeps running. This will be
stopped for the injury, though.
Yeah, now it has stopped. It was at 4:20. They finally did stop that. But whatever stoppage time, of course, is added in will be played. Now that player is up and moving. Doesn't look like he's limping, so
that'll be Jorge Martinez.
Probably a cramp or momentarily maybe got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, pretty good collision down there.
Was. Now there's another. Now there's a second Artesia player on the turf. I don't know if he just sat down to rest for a moment during the injury or what, but they still have not indicated that we are ready to go back to play. As everybody is just waiting.
See, are they maybe putting a red card out?
I don't know. They're talking about it.
I think they're warning the benches about something.
No, the refs are going over. They talk first to Hobbs and now
Lovington,
and then they're talking to the Artesia coach.
So I'm not sure if we had a yellow come out or a red come out, but we definitely had some warnings there, and it will be, looks like a free kick for the Wildcats.
Okay.
They're going to bring Contreras up to make that, so a set play opportunity here for the Cats with 4:19 remaining, plus stoppage time and a 2-goal hole to dig out of.
That's right, 2-0 Artesia, and both of those goals coming in the second half, the second period, as we went into half scoreless, and Artesia came out, both teams came out pretty aggressive, and Artesia was able to capitalize and get on the board first, and then they followed that up pretty quickly just a few minutes later. And the ball is off, and it is blocked by Artesia, goes off to the right. It'll stay inbounds and kicked back up to midfield. Now it goes out of bounds. So it will come in. Hobbs will be able to get that back in. Lovington will be able to get that back in. As again, they're going to work very hard to get a goal here. With under 4 minutes left, a shot up, and it's headed off and then kicked toward the goal and blocked by Artesia. Back out to Lovington. Lovington still a chance here as they've got it. Turning toward the goal, trying to catch it. Artesia able to block that, send it back to midfield. Lovington kicks it right back in the melee as Artesia just doing everything they can to simply block the shots and keep it out of control. Now Lovington comes in. A good chance here as they find Mendoza, thank you. As Mendoza does not get free to take the shot and gets run into, and Lovington is pointing and
they want the penalty kick.
Yeah, they do.
I don't think they're going to get it, but they want it.
And during all that, Hayes came out from the net and ended up on the ground as well.
And yep, they're going to say just a clean stop there. That's not what the Wildcat faithful was, as the fans are hollering, hurry up, as Artesia just burning as much time as they can.
And Hayes sent it back up to midfield. And
going to have a penalty on Artesia.
They are going to have the penalty, and that'll give Lovington a chance here. And they would like to get at least one on the board, and who knows, when you score, sometimes you're able to turn right back around and find an opportunity. And the shot going toward goal, reaching up for it, and it goes high and wide. It goes high and wide. Hayes did reach up, but there was no danger, as it was not. It went up. It looked like it was targeted and it centered pretty well, but the ball kind of drifted in the air and ended up going wide and to the right and a little bit long, so no good.
And 2 minutes now remaining plus stoppage.
And Lovington with the ball. As that they've got control, they're going to look for another chance to get a shot on goal here as they pass it, and it's blocked and sent back up midfield by Artesia. Headed back by Lovington. Artesia picks it up. They're going to dribble hard, go across field, and simply hang on to it. Not even seriously, looking for a shot. They'll certainly take it if they've got it. Mostly they're just trying to keep it away from Lovington. Now Lovington with a chance, and they send it downfield, and coming out of the cage and sending that back up is Hayes. And Artesia, as soon as they can, quickly boot it back upfield.
And approximately 1 minute plus stoppage remaining.
As that shot again blocked, and Artesia sends it deliberately out of bounds. So Hobbs will get that, Lovington will get that rather. And it'll be Lovington throw in. They're just on stoppage time.
They still got about 45
maybe,
seconds,
okay.
in
They're
regulation.
within a minute of any kind of stoppage time. There won't be all that much. Lovington again a chance, and Artesia spoils it, comes over and simply boots it out of bounds off to the left here on the near side. And so Lovington will have that. That's Quintana.
And Contreras will come up to throw it in. And gotta move because now we are into stoppage time.
Yep, and that could end at any second. So the throw in toward the net, and Artesia's able to get it, and jumping up and hanging on to it, just falling on it is Hayes. And he'll roll it back out to a teammate who's going to dribble that down the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. So 2-0 here, last seconds of this match. Lovington throws it in, trying for a desperation shot on goal. Artesia blocks and boots it back downfield. Lovington's going to get it into Alexander's feet. He'll boot it back midfield. Artesia heads it. Chance for Lovington now to get it, and it goes out of bounds, so Lovington will throw in over on the right side.
In time for maybe one more rush. Lovington does not want to get blanked in their home district opener here.
Oh, they'd like to at least score a goal at this point in district.
They are going to call a free kick for Lovington from about 22 yards out.
In district competition, every goal really counts because it comes into, point differentials and just how many goals you've scored against other opponents, and all things come into play. So you've really got to put your best score on the board if you can, even if Lovington feels like they can't get 2 goals before time expires. They're trying to get 1, and that's it. That's it. They've run out of time officially, and that's the end of the game. That's the end of the match, and Lovington will fall. Artesia winning this one 2-0.
As the goals coming for the Bulldogs, both in the second half. Anton Woodards with the first one scored in the 18th minute, right at 17:30. Elapsed off the clock. Then Moises Corza from basically 50 yards out just gets one in just over 30 minutes in the 31st minute, 30:21 on the clock. Those were the two goals in the game. Lovington just not able to put on a lot of sustained pressure, only for the Wildcats, just 7 shots in the game.
All right, so, and again, some saves by Hayden Alexander, but Artesia able to get 2 past and into the net. So Artesia will win the first match of the district season, and Artesia is going to be in action again on Tuesday, and Lovington is going to be in action. Next up for them, they are going to be playing at Portales next Tuesday, but the Lovington girls will be here on Saturday afternoon, and I believe you will have the call on that, and I'll be over at Wildcat Gym and doing volleyball. So we've still got a lot of sports left. Of course, Friday night football tomorrow night. Lovington will head to Artesia for a big game there. It's going to be Artesia's homecoming, so oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Gird your loins.
We may need to leave at noon to get to the stadium on time.
So definitely, and I'm sure Lovington's going to travel well, pack the stands over there with blue, and we will. Hopefully everybody has safe travels over there, and we will be there to make the call. And until then, we thank all of our sponsors for allowing for tonight's broadcast of this Lovington Wildcat District Opener in soccer. And for TJ Miracle, thank you very much to, I think it was Tiff, who was monitoring and communicating tonight. So thank you very much. I'm Dawn Morgan saying so long, good evening from Brian Urlacher Field at Watson Stadium.